Hello and happy Monday, it's Beck here from Hello, my name is Beck, and today we are doing Make It Monday. So we are popping in today to do a card. It's going to be a Christmas card, and of course it's going to include snowflakes. I'm using craft paper here with a white cardstock base, and then I'm going to be embossing onto the craft cardstock. So I have a set of stamps that is new to me and it arrived recently from AliExpress. It is a set of snowflakes, and this is the set just here. We have different shaped snowflakes, and something that I absolutely love, if anyone knows me, is making snowflake cards for some reason, or things with snowflakes. So I'm using a white embossing powder, which I just showed you, which was from Ranger. So I'm hoping it's a good quality. It is one that I've purchased and has arrived this week. So that, because the last time I used my white embossing powder, which was from Stamping Up, it came out really cream and not white. So I wasn't too happy about that. So I'm hoping that because Tim Holtz does a really good range, that this white embossing powder will be more white than cream. So I'm using my Versamark water, it's like a watermark ink, and it's like sticky for embossing powder to attach to. And then I am using the 3 snowflakes I have here, and I will then add some more snowflakes on the way down. I'm just doing it in sections on this one panel. I was worried that if I did the whole panel before adding the embossing powder, that the embossing powder wouldn't stick, but I have heard from other card makers that the VersaFine or the Versamark ink is actually a really sticky ink, and it stays sticky for quite some time. And so I trusted in the other card makers that I watch, which is Christina Werner and also Jennifer Maguire, and I trusted in them and decided to do the whole panel of stamping before I added my embossing powder. So that's the giant snowflake there that you can see in the middle, and then I need to do probably 3 more to carry on across the panel. It's just an idea I had to go diagonally. I don't know why, but it just, in my mind, thought it would look nice and still gives you some what they call white space, even though it's actually on the craft paper there. So yeah, my white space is in either of the other 2 diagonal corners. So yeah, white space means just some blank space. And then lifting that one up just to get this final snowflake into the corner. This one here is a repeat, whereas all the others are actually the different snowflake designs. So just repeated one there that you can see in the shot. So getting rid of my stamping platform, which is called my Mini Misty, and then I am bringing in another piece of craft cardstock just to fold and catch my embossing powder. And don't worry, I do use that craft cardstock again, so not a worry. It will, it's just folded, it just means I can make other panels from it. And then just blowing away any excess or rubbing away with my finger if I can. If there were loads of fine particles in between the snowflakes that I couldn't reach with my finger, what I would have done is I would have got a paintbrush to brush away the excess embossing powder, just because I didn't want to have the embossing in between the snowflakes. It's literally just the snowflakes I would want to heat up. So using my heat gun here, sorry it is off of screen, but I do bring it in closer. So we have just melting that white powder, and to me that looks definitely more white than cream, so I'll have to test out the embossing powder on other surfaces other colours just to see whether it definitely looks white. But yeah, that's great. With the embossing heat, it does actually warp the paper, so you will see here that I'm going to add a lot of double-sided tape. So I'll do each edge and right down the middle, just so that when it goes onto the card base it does flatten out. And I use my usual trick of turning back the double-sided paper trick, and then I place it, and you'll see me pressing down and then pulling out the strips as I go. So it's pressing it down, and then voila, here is the card base. I'm really happy with how those snowflakes turned out. I did have these craft snowflakes from when I was die cutting, and so I have just added them to the top. When I was die cutting, these were the actual insides of a snowflake that I had, so I'm just going to use these to add a bit more texture to the card. And I like the fact that it's the craft on white. In fact, these inserts were the actual inspiration for this card. I actually thought, wow, that's craft, and I could make craft like background with white snowflakes, and that would look really rustic and nice. Pretty. So as you can see there, I was getting my die cutting machine out, my Cuttlebug, my good old trusty Cuttlebug, and I've used the word blessed here. So I've cut it out with the craft, and I've taken out the inserts there, and then I have also cut it out in white, but I left all of the insert in so I could actually put the blessed or stick the blessed craft one on top. So I've got that background. Then what I'm doing here is using glue all over, so not only on the inserts but on the outline of the actual die, just so that when it sticks down it's not going to come apart and come out. And then I'm going to press that down. I'm going to use my stamping block just to keep pressing and using pressure. And so then the next step for me is to add some enamel dots to the snowflakes that I have in the craft, just to make them a bit more 3D and add that white touch back into them. If you like this card that I have made today, please give this video a like, a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining me today with this Make It Monday, and I'm sending you lots and lots of crafty love, and I hope you're all taking care. See you everyone, take care, bye.